Hi guys, you all know who I am. The question is, who are you? And leave a comment down below so I know who you are. It's just a cheap concept for me to get higher up in the rankings because my subscription rate is pretty low on this channel. So I'm not very happy with that. But I'm very happy with the people that have left comments on my troll video. And I didn't think anyone was going to watch such a long video. And I actually talked to a few of you, and a lot of you watched about 15 minutes and then came back the next day and watched the rest of it, which is quite nice. I didn't think anyone would even get close to watching the end of the video. So thank you to all that watched and commented and thumbs up apparently, because thumbsing up is a big deal to me. May not be a big deal to most of you, but it lets me know as the person making the video whether you like the content or not. And if you don't like the content, then don't thumbs up. But I get very irritated when someone thumbs up and doesn't thumbs up and leaves a good comment. But I obviously know that they didn't thumbs up because the counter never went up. Therefore, I know they're either too lazy, they don't give a shit, or I don't even know. There's just really no explanation. So a lot of you have asked me what games is going to be, being reviewed recently, because it's been over a month and a half, I think, since I've made a review, and that was Soul Calibur 3. Or Soul Calibur 1, sorry. Spoiler for that one. And there goes my bloody phone. Fuck. Anyhow, Soul Calibur's review was pretty good. I had a lot of audio difficulties, and I was editing on a plane, and the whole editing process got screwed up about 4 or 5 times thanks to my software crashing. That's basically all I can say. It's not a great review. I think it's really okay, but it's not great. There's things I like about it, but there's things I say, I could have done better. So I may re-edit that video one day, someday in the future. Someday in the future, you never know. But as of this point, that's the review you're going to get for a while. I do plan to review other Soul Calibur games, probably 2 through 3. Be aware if you like part 2 that you're not going to like my video, and I have a lot of reasons to rag on the game, and there are things that not any other reviewer that I've ever seen review the game are going to say. I just have so much hatred towards part 2 for so many reasons, and I'm getting a lot of glare from the son of a bitch light, and as you can see I'm wearing my glasses. That's because I've been fucking up my eyes with my contacts for wearing about 8 years here. So, back to glasses. Fucking sucks. Anyhow, so what reviews are on the way, since we're already like 3 minutes into this fucking video, right? Well, we got a couple actually. I lied. A lot. A lot of you probably want to see some PC reviews. I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do yet, but the first to probably be reviewed will probably be Minecraft. However, though, I wanted to make a very special review for that, so may take a while, may take a day. I have no idea yet. But some of the more, fun reviews you guys are going to really love. I mean, reviews that I can just see working properly and just so well with my channel that you guys are really going to want to see. Has to be something like House of the Dead 2's review. No way, you're going to review House of the Dead 2? Finally! Yes, but my review is going to be slightly different. Now, I've played every version of House of the Dead 2 I'm aware of. I know that there's one on the PC, that's a typing one, and they also made that for the Dreamcast too, called Typing of the Dead. They're both the same name, they're both the same thing pretty much. The only difference is you can obviously play it on a PC if you didn't have because you always have a keyboard, whereas on the Dreamcast, if you didn't have the peripheral, then you wouldn't be able to play it. So, that's that. Well, they also made House of the Dead 2 on the Dreamcast. It's one of the most famous Dreamcast games out there. And it runs for about $18, which I bought mine back in the day, so the only reason why I know that is because I go to the store so much for no reason. Collectors got to do what the collectors got to do. But anyway, it's going to be the Dreamcast version, the Wii version, and a little bit of summary about the arcade version, basically, of House of the Dead 2. And that's going to be really, really fun. And I'm going to be using a lot of Photoshop stuff and a lot of, special features that I'm trying to make to the video. I might ask for some help from some of you and some people around here that I know. Don't know yet what I'm going to do. I've got a bunch of different movie projects as well I'm working on, so that's stuff that I might keep you informed on from my other channels that you don't really know about yet. Celebrity Deathmatch, now, that's another game for the PlayStation 2 that I think is going to be a lot more fun for you guys if I review. I know I reviewed so many PlayStation 2 games, so when I do the Dreamcast reviews and this Dreamcast/Wii review, you guys are going to get a little bit more of an alternative, at least. But Celebrity Deathmatch for the PlayStation 2 is one game I'm not going to rat on, believe me. It's just one game I find extremely funny, and it needs to be reviewed, my style of reviewing. So anyway, that's going to be one of the games you can expect. One of the games that has to be done, and I actually started making this review about 6 months ago, is a game called Destruction Derby 2 for the PlayStation 1. Now, why do I hate this game? If you watch the fucking review that I even made, 6 months ago, which the only reason why it wasn't posted was the audio was fucked up big time. I used a different mic again, and I got, very low quality mics, pretty close to the quality of this, webcam on my new computer. But anyway, the point of the matter is, the game is nearly impossible. You play for a moment and you're done. That's all I have to say. That's a hint enough. Do you want to know what I'm talking about? You will, and you will see soon. If you're interested in me posting the old, quick review, let me know. Maybe I'll use it as a trailer. I'm not too sure yet. But the audio quality is going to be much different. If you're wondering why I haven't actually got to these reviews recently, it's because of the new PC. I don't have any editing software on this. I'm just using my movie from Windows Live Movie Maker, whatever the fuck I'm saying. No, it's Windows Live Movie Maker, and the project's called My Movie. Sorry about that. But anyhow, it's pretty all I'm using, and then this webcam, which is right there in front of me. So that's all I'm doing. So anyway, so Destruction Derby 2 is one review you're going to really want to see, and now I have another push 'em up together series kind of review, which is Backyard Wrestling for the PlayStation 2. Be aware if you don't have a PlayStation 2 and you really like these games, or you hate, well, we'll see when that time comes. They did make them for the Xbox as well, so you'll be able to pick them up off there. And then we look at my magical review sheet. Okay, now we have some special things. And my hair looks horrible. But anyway, we got one kind of cool but long project will be the skateboarding mix-up kind of video. That will be a longer video, probably about 14 minutes at most. Hopefully I'm not going to push it too far, 15, 14 minutes, whatever. That's not going to be what you think. It's going to have Tony Hawk games for sure, but it's going to have a lot of other skateboarding games in between. Some good, some bad, and just, a real cool experience. I haven't actually made up my mind whether I'm going to put, good games or bad games, or just put all the good games or skateboarding games I've played in this list. I think I might go with the second one with good games, so you guys can be the choice. Do you guys want to see a bunch of good or bad games in the skateboarding mix-up? And it's going to be very brief reviews, and basically going to go off the differences between the games, because most of them are very similar. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the consoles. Now be aware, if you have a favorite game you want me to review, tell me. However, I do want to say, if you guys want to see Urban Chaos, because there was someone a long time ago who wanted me to do Urban Chaos, I need more confirmation on that before I make the review, because it is a hard game to review. So, for the person who never seems to comment on my videos, or even thumbs up, or who's still subscribed, if you want to see that video of that game that I picked up for you in particular, then you better show me more support for one, and tell me that you want to see it, motherfuckers, yes. So anyway, now we're down to the last category, which is the handhelds. Now, I was going to do a bunch of handheld reviews, and I still may. But anyhow, the big deal with this is, I kind of have one game in particular that I've always wanted to review for you guys that I can guarantee I'm going to tear a new ass, because I can't stand the game. There are things I like about it. There are music qualities about this I like, but even though the music's ripped off of another thing, I don't know if you guys will, find that out or not, but it's ripped off. And it's funny because someone else ripped off the music from the game, this game that I'm going to review, and just like basically reversed it, and it sounds the exact same when you forwards it. I can prove this because I've done this, because I'm a nerd. But anyhow, so what handheld game is this going to be, you ask? And most of you are probably not even watching by now. But it's going to be X-Men Mutant Wars for the Game Boy Color. It's a good game, in certain regards. In other regards, it's a fucking masterpiece of shit. Yes, it gets some regards on that one. Does good what it's supposed to do, be a fucking retarded game. I mean, it's one of the hardest games I've ever played. And you will see what I'm talking about again. I mean, It's unbelievable. So something else I plan to do, which I picked up at a garage sale, or not garage sale, spree, a thrift store in my local town. Anyway, this is a system I had back in the day. It was one that you can only order off TV, and then somehow I ended up getting it. I have no idea how. But it was a game. It was a game system that was so well advertised. Most people that bought it were so, discouraged with it. And it's something that I think is kind of weird, because I never felt that way when I got the system. And I actually like the I actually like the advertisements for the system. I actually thought they were very original, and there was nothing really like that before, the way they advertised. So, what system is this? I'll give you a little hint. I won't tell you too much, but here you go. This is the system. Let's open the bad boy up, and there we go. Very cool. Are you interested to see this motherfucker in action? You should be. I want to make it very honest with you. That is not a powerhouse system by any regards. It's not going to compete with the 3DS, the DS, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy. Not really going to, do much with those. However, there is one feature to this system that makes the system actually very fun, and this is what the advertisements would always say, and that has to be... You don't know the system, do you? Well, you'll find out. I like this system, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give too many hints away because I have a lot to say about it. It'll be a short review, but it'll be a lot to say. If any of you own the system and you've thrown it out because this system just didn't do it for you, then watch this review and find out why you should have it in your collection, and why some people may not like this game system. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. And one of the weird things I have to say about this, and I'm going to cover up the name so you can't see, it's got a fucking calculator. It's got a calculator built in. Yeah, while most handhelds recently have had cell phones, this thing that has numbers is a fucking calculator. Wow. So anyways, everyone, cheers. Hope you've enjoyed this. Last statement of this review, I guess, this upcoming reviews, has to be, do you guys want to see more rants? And if so, I'm a very, ranter, you know what I mean? I've always left you guys hanging every time I've said, I'll do this rant, I'll do that rant. Things always seem to come up and change my opinion a little bit, but there are a lot of topics that have never changed. Stuff that I've been, since I was like about a 5-year-old kid, that have always pissed me off about the gaming community, because I've been into games since I was little. You want a picture of me at 1 year old playing with the Mortal Kombat on the Genesis? I have a picture. Anyway, and I'm still in a fucking diaper playing it. So there you go. You can see my devotions. But anyhow, yeah, if you guys want to see more rants, tell me a rant idea that you want, and maybe I'll agree with it, or maybe I'll just, think about it a little bit. So any rant ideas if you want to see it. I know Zane, you wanted to see it. I know you personally, I believe. And so if you want to see some of those, go ahead. So that's pretty cool ideas. I hope you guys enjoy. I really need some subscribers, so if you guys can, do something for me there. I'm just asking a little bit because it's getting a little boring on this channel. I want more participation. The last video of the trolls got me the most participation, so that is why I ask, does anyone want to see more rants in between all these reviews? Because that's something I'm good at, for one, and two, it's something I never thought you guys would be interested in, but apparently all of you were. So, I love you guys, everyone. Everyone who participates, you guys are really cool. You make my life a little bit better, and just want some more participants there. So, cheers everyone, for real this time. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you, or this upcoming reviews list. Okay, just to prove it, I wrote most of this down, okay? See, yes, I wrote most of it down. There you go. Okay, I'm not a genius, I can't remember everything, I had to write it down. Cheers.